Welcome to the show. Sorry if you were watching on YouTube. Sitting here bullshitting off air. I didn't realize he had started yet.
Hot mic.
Yeah, we might have had a hot mic. Just bitching about Raj a little bit in his bullshit stand on the First Amendment. But what are you going to do?
Took me an hour to unclog my drain.
Yeah, that hairy son of a bitch.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. It's fun having him here.
I know. Great
yeah,
dude.
He's good dude.
Miss him already.
Yeah. Yeah. He went to the airport yesterday and flew out of Dodge. So, anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. T-Roy is in the house.
What up?
What up, kid? Big E in the house. How you doing, E?
Great.
Doing good?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
I found, you know what's, I had, I did have a moment today where, typical me moment. I'm a little clumsy, if you ever noticed before.
Yeah, I hadn't noticed.
I'm gumpy at times. I don't know if you ever noticed this or not.
Happens.
But I've been looking for, I have no fucking clue. I lost the other key to my minivan. I have no fucking clue because I don't drive this thing around that often. I'm like, me and my dad have been looking for it, couldn't find it, right? Today I'm sitting there in my chair and I'm eating a thing of mixed fruit, grapes and whatnot. And I just fucking, I don't even know how I do these things sometimes, but I just do like a Kramer almost, like, and then they're literally everywhere. And I'm like, you fucking moron.
Yeah.
And I get so mad at myself. I'm fucking pissed. I'm pulling these grapes out of the fucking chair. And son of a bitch.
Lo and behold.
This fucking key. I'm like, what is this
down below the
ringing
seat?
thing down here? And I look at it and I go, oh my God, it's the key. I'm like, but is this another one? Is this the original? I had to run over and be like, oh, here's two.
I have two keys.
Here's two. But it was like, I went from literally being so mad at my, cause even though I fuck
Everything
up,
happens for a reason.
right, there we go.
You know?
Jeebus, thank you.
Yeah.
But like, I even though I fuck up all the time, I still get mad at myself all the time. Like I was sitting there like, and they just like,
sad phone
it's like all over
was
me.
Kramer-esque.
Like,
Yeah, that was Kramer-esque.
but that was seriously what it was like. And it was
I'd
like,
make fun of you, E, but last night, right after you went to bed, T, I'm sitting there and I have a drink on the table with a straw in it, and Cece does something over there, and I turn like this, and I hit the top of the straw, and my glass just goes over. I'm like, ugh. I felt like Jesus in that moment.
Right. It's embarrassing when those things
It is,
happen.
yeah.
I mean,
Shouldn't-
but it
shouldn't happen.
That's a lie. Well, it shouldn't, but it should because we're not robots. So you have things that you can fuck up on and shit like that.
Soon enough, we'll be robots, E.
Well, that's
soon
true.
enough.
We're fucking robots anyway.
Neuralink, is that
Let's hope.
coming? Yeah, I'm ready for a 3D printed few organs.
Sure.
I think I'm ready.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, can they start with the liver and the kidneys? That'd be my go-to.
Heart and liver. Gallbladder, I wouldn't mind a new gallbladder.
No, yeah, you could throw that back in
fucked
there.
me up for a while.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, I
One-
forgot about
one
that
of those popped in.
gallbladder. I forgot about you not having a gallbladder
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah, it sucks. You know
Is
what
the
I
pooping
realized?
still the
though?
same situation?
It's a shit show, E.
No pun intended.
What I realized
I didn't
was
like that word. That's why I said it.
so many people have had this done. You have no idea how many listeners have come up to me at events and been like, yeah, pull up their shirt and show a scar or whatever.
that's human.
Like tons of them.
I know, but that's
I
like,
had no idea.
that's like human shit. Like that's like you all of a sudden, not to use a car reference again, but you get a different type of car, and all of a sudden now you see them all over. And dude, that is how life goes. I think that we all go through these weird things. And you're like, oh my God, I'm going through this. I have this with my eye.
You're the only one.
And then you put it on Facebook, you're like, oh yeah.
I had that done 10 years ago.
Right, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's funny.
It does shock me, but it doesn't.
Well, maybe one of the guys who will lead us down the road to becoming robots or having, I don't know, if they could implant a chip in you and you just like knew Google, you were like Google machine smart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Your
Like
whole
you could
database.
yeah. I know Rogan has talked to Elon Musk about that, and he's like, yeah, it's a few years away, but it's coming where we'll just implant.
Well, like
you
Elon,
with
he said
something.
one time that essentially was saying, I think it was Elon Musk, but it might have been someone else. But he was basically saying we already are kind of AI in a way. He's like, because of the fact that you have a smartphone, like the
on
fact
you
that
at
you
all
can,
times,
right, that
yeah.
you can technically, there is no need ever to know who won the World Series in 1976. Like it's right there.
Yeah.
So he said, and I thought it was Elon Musk, but it might.
I
have been
don't
someone
like
else.
it, dude. I like having the arguments with my friends. No, it was Joe Morgan who hit the game-winning hit.
Not being
Yeah.
able to prove you wrong.
Yeah, and it's
Whoever
like
was the most adamant was right.
as soon as one of your buddies gets enough frustrated with the bullshit argument, it's like, all right, fuck it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I told you it was Reggie Jackson. You're like, fuck.
I also try to do it because I feel like it's better for your brain, but on the same hand, it bugs me because it's like, it's right there, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna think of this, and then you get to a certain amount of time, and they're like, fuck it,
Yeah.
okay. And I try to look at it like
Yeah,
sometimes
Troy and I will do that too when we're going
yeah.
through trivia and stuff,
Yeah,
like
trying
during
to-
the football game, and it's
Trying
like,
to figure, all right, who
try to
was this?
figure
Who was
out-
that? Who was? Fuck. Nah.
all right.
But we give it the old college try.
We do give it the college try. Some people just whip their phone out immediately.
no,
We're, we
No, I certainly give the college try, and I will say sometimes if I feel like I have no clue, even after a time I'll look it up. But sometimes I'm like, I should know this. I will do like I've Googled it before and put my hand on the screen and I'm like, just give me the first letter of the name or something,
Yeah.
and see if that can jar it,
Yeah.
jar it through.
Yeah.
And
Well,
sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But
Speaking of Elon Musk, congratulations to him. Wins
Person of the
Time-
Year.
Time Magazine's Person of the
human
Year.
being of the year,
I think it's Person of the Year.
who person of the year.
I think it's just Person, not
Gotcha.
Man
Not
of the Year.
man of the year. Hey,
Gotcha.
Certainly.
no.
not. Did it used to be Man of the Year?
Yep.
Did it really?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. This shit's driving me nuts. You know, the new commercial for the holidays. It's like, oh, hello, snow person. I'm like, it's a fucking snowman, man. There's not there.
Well, I would rather
sorry,
have it.
it's,
Honestly,
it
I'd
is
rather have
what
it be a
is.
snow. I'd rather have them just change it to snow lady than snow person. Even honestly, I'd rather have
Yeah.
them say like, "Oh, this is a snow girl and this is a snow boy," than snow person.
Snowman. That's
but
what
the
we know him as, snowman.
It's not sexist. It's a fucking snowman. It's
It's-
always just
it's
been
just-
a snowman. A
it's-
man built out of snow.
Giant
If you want to put tits
snowballs
on it,
stacked
it can,
on top of each
it
other.
can be a snow lady. If you
Yeah.
want to put big old titties on it,
Right, right.
which is fine. I approve.
Or I suppose your
just
snowman can identify as a woman if
Right.
you want it to.
Have any snow people ever been offended by being called a snowman?
No.
Snowflake, perhaps?
No.
No.
No. Just woke liberals.
Snow
We're
person.
the only ones.
No.
But seeing it leak into our normal, everyday, like TJ Maxx commercial, and you're like, you just what are you
stop
doing?
it.
Just stop it. Stop propagandizing us. Anyone have a problem with Elon Musk?
I don't.
I don't really
actually.
care.
No.
I fucking dig Elon Musk.
do too.
I love the way he trolls people.
Yeah.
He
yeah.
trolled, who was it? The
Elizabeth
other day?
Warren, or-
Elizabeth Warren, yeah, was saying something like billionaires need to pay more tax. He said something like, "Man, don't take me to the principal's office, Senator Karen." Tweeted back at her.
Yeah.
he's good for that. And why wouldn't you be? If you're worth
Yeah.
$265 billion,
I love this
wouldn't
ad-
you just be like, dude, I could buy this entire country if I wanted?
Didn't he set up a poll a couple weeks ago about whether or not,
Yeah.
when over the Bernie's talking about paying your or the it was the unrealized gains or whatever, right?
Yeah.
With the crypto shit and things of your and he was like, okay, fine.
Or
Yeah,
them
yes,
not paying
yes,
fair share of tax, and he's like,
whatever it was, so whatever the basis of it was like, sure,
I
I'll
love-
abide by whatever this poll says, yes or no.
should I sell stock
Yeah, like
to pay?
10% of the stock or something, which was like $3 billion fucking dollars.
Or you're talking about homeless or hunger, right? Is that what you're
No,
talking about?
no,
Or you're
this
talking
is
about
something
you're talking about something different? Okay.
Yeah, and so he sold 10% of his
Yeah.
shares in Tesla for
Oh,
however many
because
billions.
of okay, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, there's something different. I will say, like Elizabeth Warren, do like in her thing, it was like, and stop mooching off them, dude. If there's anybody, and I don't really, I'm not even gonna say Elizabeth Warren, but if there's any group of people that is mooching off this country
Yeah.
more, is it a politician?
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
who is this person? What jobs is she creating as a human being?
Yeah,
And,
none,
Like, and
none.
so that was worse than me.
So the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, I mean, that guy's creating thousands of jobs.
Right.
You know, high-paying jobs. He's revolutionized the auto industry, and it's only going to get more. At space exploration, like, dude, you can bet. Like, yeah, what are you doing, Elizabeth Warren?
Yeah, everybody's playing
Besides
catch up.
pretending to be an Indian,
That
what
electric
and
vehicle stuff from him with Tesla.
how does that, how does that not
Light years
stop
ahead
her,
of
by the
everybody.
way, in the end? Like, why is she still
Who
around?
fucking knows?
Pocahontas.
Pocahontas, right?
Who knows? What a great nickname, too. What a total hunk of shit. You know, these people bitching about climate change all the time and then hiding from the cameras when they're caught on the private jet tarmac. You're like, she's hiding behind people so they can't get a picture of me. Why are you hiding, Elizabeth? Why are we hiding, Pocahontas?
You know what you're doing.
Because you know what you're fucking doing.
I just told Mike this as I was in here today because I am like, dude, me and Mike have fought about it. Like, I'm green. I literally don't even use plastic bags almost ever. And, I do all this shit. I try as hard as
Yeah.
I can as a dumb individual, even though it doesn't really affect anything in the
No,
grand scheme.
it
But it's my
doesn't,
own. In
but-
my mind, it's what I'm
Hey,
doing.
you're
my
doing
thing.
your part.
I'm doing
You're
my
doing what you
thing.
can.
Whatever. But I was telling Mike like this, like the same thing. All these companies now, oh, we're going zero carbon emissions, blah blah blah. And it's like I just got the new Apple phone, and it's like, oh, am I gonna have to change my charger? Well, yup. Oh, it's not even a USB thing, so I have to get a new box and a new cord. And guess what? Those all come in different boxes, and those all new
Yeah.
plastic that I'm throwing away. But yet somehow Apple, I'm sure, is out there telling us how they're not using any carbon emissions. And
Oh yeah, their world headquarters they built. They bragged about how many trees they planted on the property that'll give back.
it's such the dude even like when I was buying it, because I was like the guy at the store, we were joking about it even, and he's like, well, yeah, they try to tell you like, well, the box for the phone is now thinner. Well, yeah, because now they used to throw in a box,
Charger.
a charger. Now they just throw the cord, but you got to buy another, igloo or whatever. Some people call them an igloo or whatever. But the point is like, it's such
Ice cubes,
bullshit.
see?
Ice cubes. There you go. Yeah, whatever.
Close enough. I'll give him that.
They're both Alaska things, I guess, or Inuit.
Anyway, with Elon Musk, and the SpaceX program is really remarkable what's going on there. They completed their first all-civilian mission to space and was selected by NASA to build a new lunar landing. Also, he hosted SNL, smoked weed on Rogan's podcast.
Yeah.
Tesla's market cap reached over $1 trillion. Yeah, with a deal they made with Hertz, making Musk the richest person ever alive.
By the way, some smart ass comment. Do you recycle those $5 pizza boxes? You know what? That's the thing, dude. You can't.
do,
They don't.
don't you?
I try. I wish I would. They don't take them anymore because the cheese. You'd have to. So I guess I could start scraping the cheese off, but they say they won't.
Cheese isn't degradable?
It all comes out, dude. All that recycling, a lot of recycling do is bullshit.
Yeah.
It's all
These
bullshit.
water
They
bottles,
don't.
they don't want these.
They don't really recycle them. The big fucking, that's a whole other thing. But that's the point. So the point is, yes, I try. I throw them in the box. But I mean,
That's what
do my part.
Have you guys heard of Olivia Rodrigo?
Yeah, singer.
Singer, okay.
I had not.
Not even familiar.
Not a fan, but I know who she is.
She's Time Magazine's
hip.
Artist of the Year.
Okay.
All right.
What was it,
Who do you
Olivia
think
Rodrigo?
took Athlete of the Year?
What's that?
Athlete of the Year.
Who
do you
my
think?
guess?
Yeah.
Fuck, don't be LeBron. Don't be LeBron.
Was it
Don't
that
be
chick
LeBron. Don't be
swimmer
LeBron.
that just crushed the Leo whatever that
Oh,
just
yeah.
crushed all those records?
Just a lady.
Or was that too? Maybe that was
No.
Was that a little
We'll
too
get
late
to
for the
him
voting?
later. We'll get
Maybe it was
to
a
him
little too
later.
late for the voting, but
Yeah, no, it's not him.
No, I'm gonna. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna say it was an Olympic year. I'm gonna go with fucking Biles.
Simone Biles.
Was it really?
How pathetic is that?
Because she stood up for mental health.
Okay. I've had just about enough of this being shoved in my face. We all have anxiety, depression issues. I suffer from it as well. I am in no way giving fucking PSAs every day about mental health. And Simone Biles flaked out at the Olympics, whatever. Like, athlete of the year. Some could say she quit on her team. Some could
might.
say. I don't blame her if you're in that headspace
No.
and you can't do your
Yeah.
flip bullshit
Yeah.
without thinking you're going to land on your head and break your neck.
Yeah, what do they call it? The
Fine,
spins
back
or
out.
something like that. Where
Yeah,
you fucking.
yeah. That's fine, but then you don't get to win an Olympic gold, and you certainly don't get to win Athlete of the fucking Year.
I mean, couldn't you find? What the funny thing is, couldn't you find still a woke? I mean, there's tons of them.
Oh,
so
most
couldn't
of
you,
them are woke as
right? So
shit.
couldn't you find like I don't care, but that lady soccer player, at least she's on her team and playing. You know, the lesbian or whatever. that
They're
does
all
the Subway
lesbian. Which
commercials.
one? You gotta-
Rapenho?
Well, the one that does the Subway commercials, I guess.
Yeah, Rapenho.
Okay, sure.
Megan?
No, yeah.
Is that the one? No.
Yeah.
Megan Rapinoe? Rapinoe?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Well, either way, but at least
I heard
at
they were
least
going to give it
pick
to that Chinese tennis girl, but they couldn't find her to give her the award.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
What, I fucking somehow I'm missing the joke.
You know
there.
that Peng Shuang or whatever the
No,
hell?
I'm somehow missing the joke.
She's still missing.
No,
as far
she's
as I know,
missing.
right?
Oh well,
Literally.
I'm
She
missing
came out with
some-
sexual assault claims against someone in the Chinese government.
Oh, that's not
And
good.
then disappeared the next day.
She go.
Yeah,
No.
that's
Oh, she did.
What are you thinking about that? Doing that in China? That's not the.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and she said that she knew it. You know. So I didn't know about a lot of this.
Does
stuff.
LeBron care about that? Is LeBron up on that issue at all?
No,
Are
Enes
we-
Kanter
Do we have a
Freedom
hat?
is doing his best to make sure LeBron's aware and
right.
letting LeBron know how fucking dumb he is.
good.
How literally stupid as a
yeah.
human being
I love
LeBron
that dude.
James is.
I love that dude.
Enes Kanter
Yeah,
Freedom
fuck
got
yeah.
his American citizenship and has
Yep.
gone on a mission
Yep.
to let LeBron
Really?
know what
Like,
a fucking retarded fool he is.
Is this like a is this someone like what is his
He's
status?
from Turkey.
football- he's a basketball player.
Okay,
for
okay.
The Boston Celtics.
Okay, I haven't.
And
paid much
he was
attention.
wearing shoes like with the king reference on them,
Yeah.
and money and China and freedom. He just became an American citizen, and the first thing he did was change his name to Enos Cantor Freedom.
Gotcha.
So he's got freedom on the back of
Yeah,
his jersey
yeah,
now.
yeah, that's funny,
Loves
man.
America and thinks that being in bed
Does
with the
LeBron-
Chinese government is fucking atrocious.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about the concentration camps with Uyghurs and Christians.
Oh, that by the way, Nancy Pelosi, I believe, admitted that yes, they're committing genocide, but we might need China for the going ahead in the Green New Deal. So
Sure, yeah.
So I mean, literally
They'll be a
said like,
great
yeah,
partner.
yeah, we know they're killing people over there, but we might need them for the environment.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Well,
Does LeBron ever address
switched
this
the
dude, or-
furnaces over from coal to natural gas, so they're doing their part.
Does LeBron ever address this dude? I'm assuming no.
A little bit. He's beneath him, so LeBron doesn't need to address him. He wished he would have talked to him in person. He passed me in the hallway and didn't say shit to me,
Okay.
kind of thing.
Oh yeah, LeBron.
Who cares?
Yeah.
No, you put everything out publicly, LeBron.
By
you
the
don't
way-
have meetings with people behind closed doors.
by the way-
so let Mr. Freedom speak his mind too
Sure.
about what kind of abuses are actually going on in China, while you profit to the tune of $1 billion from Nike, the NBA, and all the rest. LeBron.
That's not quite what would be considered gaslighting. But by the way, nice saying like, hey, what do you think about these feelings he has? Well, he hasn't talked to me face. Well, okay, that's fine. That sucks. Whatever. What do you think about him though?
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay.
No one's gonna press. Are you kidding me?
No, I know, but I'm just saying it's funny. Like his excuse is just that he hasn't talked to you person to person.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, whatever. Well, what about you think about it then? I should take that aside. What do you think about what he's saying about you?
I don't
Yeah.
have a comment because he didn't talk to me.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, you catch me in the
LeBron's
hallway.
kind of soft. He doesn't like people talking to him anyways. If some fan yelled out, I hope you die in a car crash or something, and he had him ejected from the game.
Right?
Hey, he said something mean to me.
You crossed the line.
You
And
say
then-
shitty, dumb shit all the time, LeBron. Deal with it.
You're next.
Times Person of the Year. I think a lot of people get this wrong. They think that Times Person of the Year is like a good thing. It's not necessarily meant. It's more like who's had the
Biggest
most
story, almost.
biggest story, most impact.
yeah.
And so like Vladimir Putin's won it. Hitler famously won Times Person of the Year in
Really? They did it.
1933.
They did it back then. That
Yeah.
long ago. Okay.
Since 1927.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got a list of the past 25 years. Some of these I don't even remember. Bill Clinton in 92.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Pre Monica Lewinsky blowjob.
Okay. Was that the election year? Is that when he won?
Yeah. Yep. The Peacemakers. Two pairs of men shared the title in 93 under the label The Peacemakers. I'm not even bother looking it up. I don't remember what that is. Pope John Paul II won it in 94. First non-Italian pope in nearly 500 years.
All right.
It's known as the modernization of the papacy and his extensive foreign reach.
Way to go, your popiness.
Newt Gingrich.
Dude, won it, huh?
Yeah, I was shocked at that too. Newt Gingrich, 1995, citing his role in ending 40 years of the Democratic Party domination in the House. Time named Newt Man of the Year in 95. Boy, Time would not see that as a good thing nowadays.
Probably not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that would.
Hey, he ruined the Democrats' reign of terror in the fucking House. Let's
Funny how
reward him
things
for
change.
that. Yeah, they wouldn't do that now. David Ho. Do we know who David Ho is?
David Ho.
Yeah.
I don't.
He's AIDS researcher.
Oh, okay.
Made huge contributions to understanding and treating the HIV.
All right.
Andrew Grove won it in 97. Intel's co-founder, changed the way tech affects everyday Americans through his work with semiconductors. Bill Clinton and Ken Starr won it in 98.
Okay.
Big trial, the
Yeah.
impeachment.
Right.
Monica Lewinsky should get at least a silver.
I would think, yeah.
Medal,
Honorable
I mean-
mention at least.
Yeah, right?
The assist.
I mean, you could have easily put Monica.
So that was Clinton and Starr. They got.
Yeah.
They were
Dual.
co people of the year.
Yeah.
Co-persons.
Exactly. Jeff Bezos got it in 99. I didn't even realize he was around in 99.
Well, yeah. Amazon's been around forever. I mean, not ever, but I mean,
It doesn't seem like that was just a bookstore then.
yeah. But I think that's when he started transitioning to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. George W. Bush won it in 2000
W.
after the closest presidential election that came down to the hanging
The
Chads.
Gore in Florida.
Exactly.
Hanging Chad.
Oh boy, I bet they regret this one. Rudy Giuliani,
Oh.
2001.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. Mayor of New York, September 11th.
They don't take it back like you take back Heisman's and
Yeah.
Emmys and shit.
Yeah, honorary
take it back.
degrees.
Yeah.
Kaz lost
Go back
all his
and
honorary
take
degrees.
it
He's not a
back.
doctor anymore.
You are no longer the person of the year. We're
Yep.
gonna give it to the runner-up.
When the day of infamy came, Giuliani seized it as if he had been waiting for this all his life, taking on a half dozen critical roles and performing each masterfully.
This is after 9/11.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, right on. And that was a fucking.
Did you know you won it?
Did I?
You did.
Okay.
Yep. 2006.
Sounds about right.
You.
I was long overdone.
An explosion of individual content creators on the internet spurred Time's unusual '06 decision. It's about the many wrestling power from the few and helping one another for nothing, and how that will not only change the world, but also change the way the world changes.
We all
So-
won. Is this
so
the
you-
mirror episode? The mirror one?
Yeah,
we
you-
all won, Troy. 'Cause I won it too, though. So,
Okay.
to be fair,
I just said you won it.
yeah.
That's what it says.
you were looking at Troy though when you said it.
Well,
And then-
I won more than you did. Just saying.
well,
I had a bigger part in that.
that's
I'm
up
just
for
saying.
debate, I would say.
Barack Obama won it a couple times. Pope Frank won it. The Ebola fighters won it.
God, remember when I thought Ebola
Donald
was
Trump
kill
won
us all?
it in 16. Greta Thunberg,
Oh boy.
whiny ass fucking child, won it in 2019. And then Elon Musk this year. Former Vice President Joe Biden and Kamala Harris won it last year.
Okay.
He looks like death warmed over on the cover too. It's ridiculous, but yeah,
Oh, so they were co-people again of the year.
yeah, yeah. They couldn't just give it to an old white guy.
No, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yep,
You
and they-
had to stuff her in
Couldn't
there.
give it to her alone.
Yeah,
Couldn't
yeah.
give it to him alone.
Interesting story out of Minneapolis that I was reading today. One of these, are you guys familiar with Instacart? I'm assuming it's
shopping, like one of those online shopping.
I mean,
grocery
right,
shopping.
yeah.
That's what I
Does
would guess, but I've never heard this
Yeah, I think
particular.
I've
Does
think
every
I've heard-
city have their own like?
I've heard that term or that label.
Yeah.
So,
I hadn't heard of Instacart.
Yeah.
I was figured maybe it was regional or something in Minnesota. But this driver, she's delivering groceries for an elderly couple, like $50 in groceries, and she sees a pro police sign on their lawn, and wrote a crude message on the receipt branding them racist. 36-year-old driver, she can talk from Coon Rapids, Jesus Christ, Minnesota. You might want to look in a mirror yourself living in Coon Rapids. Who only went by Tara on the app. I swear to God, I saw Tara on the app with her blue hair
okay.
and
Does not surprise
square jawline, and was thinking maybe Tara used to be Tom. I don't know for
possible.
sure. But yeah, she reportedly then took the groceries, put them on the driveway, and then ran them over, back and forth over them.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she put a sign that read, so the sign on the lawn, and I saw the sign too. It's a simple, small sign. It says, "Thank you, Blaine PD." So Blaine Police Department. There it is. Thank you, Blaine PD.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, those fucking animals.
And it's got the Blue Lives Matter
Yep.
symbol,
thin blue
police
line.
support in a
Yep.
shape of a heart.
Wow.
So instead of the groceries from Cub Foods that the couple had ordered, Tara left a message scribbled on a random receipt. Instacart doesn't pay employees. Sorry, find another slave. Fuck the police. Racist pigs.
Instacart doesn't pay employees.
Sorry. Find another slave.
What does she
You're
mean
a
by they
fucking
don't
white
pay
girl.
their employees? I don't understand that.
To work on tips? I have no idea.
Well,
Find another
even that-
slave. Are you comparing yourself to a slave, Tara?
I think so.
Is that what you're doing? You white girl or man? I'm not sure what you are.
Instacart doesn't pay their employees. So what does that have to do with the? I'm so confused. Was she
Yep,
forced
there
to
she
work
is.
there? Oh, look at that dude.
So what do you think? Am I off mark saying that perhaps
No,
might have been a
I-
Tom instead of a Tara?
yeah, I think.
Can you see it?
Oh, I could see it.
You could see
I
it,
mean, I
okay.
can almost see the dick from here. But yeah,
They have here's a. I think they had. Oh, I thought where'd it go? There was a photo too of the bags on the yard.
Yeah,
Oh, was
yeah.
there?
Keep going back. Yeah,
I think it was. Oh shit, where'd it go?
I don't know. You got 6 pictures to choose from. That's 4.
yeah. I
Keep
wanted
going.
to see.
There
yeah.
we go.
It appears that there's some salvageable items in there.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I mean, so what are the charges on this dude?
I don't know.
Destroying
So
private property.
scaring the shit out of old people. There is kind of a good ending here. Instacart released a statement saying it was appalled by the unacceptable actions of
certainly
the
hope so.
shopper, who has been removed from the Instacart platform as
shocks
a
me.
result. We'll continue to provide support to the impacted customers, and we'll also work directly with local law enforcement on this. The elderly couple reported that when they received the notification from the app that the driver was at their house, they went outside to pick up the groceries because there was a bunch of snow in the driveway.
Get that automatic notification.
Yeah.
Your deliveries are here.
When the couple opened the front door, the delivery driver's in the car and just yelled at him, "Look inside your Christmas wreath." So they got a wreath hanging on the door, and that's where the receipt was.
Okay.
And then they're like, "What is this idiot doing? Backing up and pulling forward, and backing up and pulling forward."
Yeah. Are you stuck in my driveway in the snow?
Yeah.
I still, and I'm not even like being sarcastic. I still don't quite understand. Instacart doesn't pay employees. Like, yes, that's how those services.
Yeah,
Yes, you get tips, but
I'm trying to figure out if-
it's still a company that you're working for. They do give you some money for it.
Maybe this is a lot of things boiling over at once. Maybe this guy was really upset with Instacart and dissatisfied in his career choice at this point, right? Not making money, whatever the issue is.
Yeah.
On the verge, right?
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, this sign just puts it over the edge.
Yeah.
He just flips the fuck out.
Yeah.
At this point, and loses his.
Sounds like something a man would do more so than a
That's
woman.
exactly right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
You know, every time we see one
Clearly.
of these ladies go off on someone, "You want to see a man? I'll whoop your ass." You're like, yeah, that's how a man would behave. That's how a man would do it. Ladies don't tend to do that.
But I don't get. I mean,
Your man is showing man.
It would be one thing if it was just like "fuck you, fuck the police, you racist fuckers, enjoy your shitty groceries, goodbye."
Yeah, it is odd.
But to put the Instacart, a slave reference, and Instacart doesn't pay its employees, makes think that there's some some lingering bad blood there between Instacart.
or it's just this over entitled, and it's again
clearly that's
blame the media
huge part of
for
it.
a lot of this, for not checking this, not acting like this isn't how normal humans behave in society, that if we don't like the way something's going, that we can destroy it, trash it, burn it. We can riot over it. By not enforcing that there are some decorums in society that we all abide by, that's the only fucking way society works, you end up encouraging this sort of behavior.
Yeah.
And so this person clearly either is, like you said, was frustrated and on the verge anyways, or they feel so entitled to their opinion and no one else can have theirs because theirs is the only one that could possibly be right. And if you support police, you automatically support racism, and you support, shooting black people in the streets for no reason, even though that's not a thing. That's what and so why wouldn't you be allowed to do that?
Did you see
Ran over some groceries?
Did you see? I don't know if it was the mayor or not, but someone in the political realm in San Francisco finally, I know it was a female. I don't know if it was a mayor or not, but she came out and finally had to be like, "Yeah, we need to fucking
Knock this shit off.
Right, and she said bullshit in the end, in her statement and stuff, and she's like,
good.
It's like
They're getting their asses handed to them out there by the locals.
right.
California is not quite as fucking blue as you'd think. There is a lot of red support, and those people are seeing what hiring 100% of one party to run your state is doing to California.
Yep.
They're starting to see it. They're starting to wake themselves up a little bit. Not enough to get Gavin Newsom out of office, but they're
close.
seeing it was way closer than people thought.
Yeah.
And so they're starting to wake up a little bit about out there. And so some of these super fucking liberal mayors and governors, they're getting clowned in the public, and you're starting to see more statements like that.
And by the way, when it comes to that some of the homeless stuff you talk about, I know that's a trickier issue at times. I get that, but just allowing people to flat out, go into stores and take up to $1,000 worth of stuff from CVS and just say, that's different.
Most ridiculous fucking law ever.
Like, you know what I'm saying though? Like,
Ever.
Yeah.
there is a difference to me though between that and the homeless. That's a trickier question on what to do there.
Homeless is tough out there. They welcomed it and acted
Right.
like we have a duty.
Right.
Which great sounds awesome
Totally.
in a
Then
fucking
actually take care
unicorns
of
and
them.
rainbows world they live in.
Yeah, don't just legalize crime and let them go fucking wild.
That's the difference.
Yeah,
there is a
help 'em.
difference there. That's what I'm saying.
Well, the
Like-
problem too is their weather is so good all year round.
Right.
People can fucking survive there. You can't survive in the Midwest being homeless and out on
Totally.
the streets. So those people will scrounge up $45 and bus Greyhound across the fucking country. Take them a week and a half to get there.
Right,
but,
right.
But they will, and then they can, if you're going to just let them chill on a park bench. The problem is when you see those people and you see them on every corner, they're fucking talking to the sky. They're walking around, screaming at nobody. They look fucking dangerous. They don't, you know, they can confront you. They'll shit on the floor, on the sidewalk. It is a mental health catastrophe there.
Oh, for sure.
And they're housing the country's homeless.
Yeah, no, for sure. I was just almost saying, like, you can at least understand that, like, this is a trickier deal on what to do with this. But when you're just like your AOC out there saying, yeah, people aren't walking into Nordstrom's and or Macy's or whatever.
And people are laughing at her.
Right.
People are fucking laughing at her.
And so it was funny.
Just like when Raj said there's no such thing as Antifa. Okay.
Raj said that?
Yeah, it's not a real thing.
It's not a real
said there was no
because
such
the
thing?
liberal press said there was no such thing as Antifa. They'd said that for a couple of weeks.
I see.
And so he's just running with that. It's like, okay, well, you should read Andy No's book because he's got some pretty fucking damning evidence of Antifa and how real they are. Plus, normal people with fucking eyes that work have seen the videos and the signs and the destruction. We're not stupid. Believe your lying eyes, okay? Your eyes aren't lying to you about all this. So AOC can say whatever she wants, and then when we get video of 80 fucking kids dressed in all black smashing up a jewelry store and running out the door, like, dude, that's a colluded effort to rob that shit. People are celebrating it on Instagram with the shit they stole.
Either.
No.
Right,
No.
right.
Not even
No, it's
close.
not.
No.
Not even close.
Anyway, but back to the elderly couple and this mentally deranged dude who ran over their shit. They told Instagram or Instacart what happened and received a full refund. A grocery fund was set up by someone in the family or something.
Good. Community
GoFundMe.
rallies.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So 3 days after the incident, they'd already accumulated $8,500.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Tara probably doesn't know how carefully those $50 in groceries were budgeted for, or how devastating recent medical diagnoses have been, or how scared and vulnerable her vile act of hatred made them feel. So they called the
Wouldn't you love to have her-
97 donations a Christmas miracle. Lastly, the police say that the delivery driver has been identified and the investigation continues, and charges likely are in the near future. We're law enforcement. We get not everybody likes us. We understand that. But don't take that out on innocent people out there, especially people who are trying to contribute to this person's livelihood.
Amen.
Wouldn't you love to have her fucking? I want to hear her actually talk and have her give her explanation of why this was okay.
Actually, I don't.
I do.
Fuck her. Him. Whatever. I don't even want to hear what that person has to say.
Well, they're
don't.
deranged and delusional, and
And no matter, just because if that's
Not
if
because I
that's
want
how
her
you
side, by
act,
the way, but-
no, exactly.
yeah.
But if that's how you act, fuck off. Just fuck off.
yeah, society
You
doesn't
don't.
need
No, you right.
She must be. I know.
You can have an issue. You can act out in legitimate and responsible ways.
Hey Troy, believe this or not, I drive around sometimes and I see people with signs that I don't agree with.
No.
And I just keep driving.
No, you don't get out and piss on them and
No.
rip them up and
Can you
shit
believe
like
that?
that.
Yeah, scare the
Wow.
shit out of them.
I couldn't believe
imagine how scary that would be. For an
I was
elderly
amazed.
couple.
Somewhere I saw a fucking a Trump Pence sign that was completely unfucking adulterated.
Really?
I mean, like a huge, like almost billboard size sign, still on the freeway.
Huh.
a Trump Pence billboard on the side of the freeway.
Yeah,
Really?
I think it was
saying
maybe
what?
coming through like their campaign billboard or something
From 2016.
yeah.
I mean, they wouldn't have 2024 if he ran again. He
No.
wouldn't have Pence as a
It
running
might
mate.
have been 2020.
Yeah,
And I think it was 2020s, but still,
That is
that
interesting.
it hasn't been defaced in
Right,
any way.
right.
Have you seen any Trump thing anywhere that's
Yeah,
not
that's crazy.
pissed on and have giant dicks drawn all over it and everything?
Not
I couldn't
really,
believe it. I was
no.
like, holy shit. Maybe these guys just like hundreds of them. Just keep
Yeah,
going out every
keeps
day,
putting
just
one up.
slapping new ones up. But I mean, it wasn't just like a yard sign. It was
Probably
like
the way it is.
full size, it was out
Yeah.
in corn country, so maybe
Yeah.
they're protected.
little supported out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, seeing the behavior of some in society, when Larry Elder was running for governor in that re-election against Gavin Newsom in California, and that got pretty heated. That white woman wearing a gorilla mask throwing eggs at Larry Elder. And, the LA Times had a hit piece on him calling him the blackface of white supremacy. And if you know Larry Elder's backstory, like grew up in the fucking ghettos of ghettos in Los Angeles and Compton or whatever, and raised in shit, worked his balls off, became a lawyer. He's been a radio talent forever.
It's all good
Just
until you make
conservative.
it, and then you're an Uncle Tom.
Yeah. And they've thrown everything. The black face of white supremacy was the headline in the LA Times. It's just absurd. And here you could have someone think about that. If this was Barack Obama and some white Republican threw on a fucking gorilla mask and started whipping eggs at him, what kind of international incident would that be? I bet most people didn't even fucking see this.
No, I didn't hear anything about it, to be honest with
Yeah.
Here she is on her bike.
Yeah.
you. Nice.
Just some white fucking liberal douchebag in California somewhere.
Right, where's the
Think about what, dude.
where's security?
I'm not
Just
trying to
take
be.
this broad
Just
out.
clothesline her on her bicycle.
Boom.
You're right though. Like I'm not trying to feel like I just saw this for the first. But think about that.
Yeah.
She's in a fucking ape mask.
Yeah.
And a black person.
Yeah.
And like.
And so, like a hero of the left. No one had a problem with it.
Where do you get a
Hardly
gorilla
anyone-
mask with pink hair? By the way,
She probably dyed it herself.
maybe. It's a pretty good dye job. Looks pretty
Yeah.
even.
I just like I'm not trying to even be that person. Like I'm just like I
crazy.
can't even fathom it.
Wonder if the carpet matches the curtains.
Probably. Did you guys see the judge? Louisiana judge in a little bit of trouble.
Nope.
Yeah. And I don't know, man. This is, do you have the video, E? This is a judge facing questions over a racist video being circulated online following an attempted burglary at her home over the weekend. So what you're seeing here, this is the judge's home.
Okay.
And they've got surveillance cameras.
So videoing their TV showing the surveillance video?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is smart to do, by the way, when you're about to make some very possible questionable remarks.
Yeah. Should we just play the remarks?
Yeah, I'd like to see.
Would you? Okay.
Why would you film this though? I'm just whatever.
Mom goes, why are the lights
When I pull up in the whip, they be saying, God
Why
damn.
are your lights on? They're like, pull up, pull up.
And mom's yelling, nigger! Nigger!
Oh, Henry, have a nigger. It's a nigger. Like a roach.
Look, that's me.
No, that's
I
me
came
on
from
that
the backside.
side. Look, he trips over the
He tripped twice. He tripped twice.
I was the only one running.
That's me. Kenny was standing. I'm the one that took him down. Kenny's just standing there.
He lied. That was his wallet.
Yeah. That's my phone where it fell out.
Look, Mom. The dude had a phone on him. You should have taken his phone and stolen from him, that fucking asshole.
And now I'm going to grab a gun.
Go and get the gun.
It's important. Very important.
As me and Austin maintain control of the situation.
The great thing is we've got video, we've got fuck. Look, they're with the car. Wait, look, there's
And look, here comes
there's
Rebel.
What a play bitch. Rebel just went like this.
How did this even get released? Who was smart? Did he put this somewhere?
Right?
Yeah,
Just-
I
they
don't
do this
know.
on
Because
the
who was
Insta.
dumb enough?
Do they sound like they're drinking?
Yeah.
That sounds like drinking to me.
Oh, yeah.
You know, where everyone's
Just
talking
loud.
at once, really loud, and
Yes,
see what I did? I took him down, fucker. We should have stolen his fucking shit.
Yeah. Although my one question is, obviously there was some hard R's and stuff going in there, but
Yeah.
I believe they were saying that the person in the car was yelling that.
The person in the car was the judge.
The person in the car was the judge?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, when he says
So,
Ma was yelling.
Mom was yelling, N-word,
okay.
N-word. He's a roach.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right. I was
So
thinking
we
the car
don't
was
have-
the person they were with. Okay.
No.
now I'm
We
getting-
don't
now I'm
have
putting
the-
the pieces together.
We don't have the judge on audio yelling with hard R's.
Okay.
The N-word 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
Calling this person a roach.
I don't believe that her son or cousin or whoever that is
This is them
lying on
saying
her.
that she said this.
Ma, that's Mom pulling up. She's like, N-word, N-word, hard R. He's a roach.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And so this guy was breaking into their residence?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. His name is Bob Handy.
Okay.
Robert Handy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's going to go to court. I hope he doesn't get hurt as a judge.
Yeah.
That would be.
It might be a conflict of interest.
It'd be awkward.
Police confirmed that someone was arrested after a vehicle burglary early Saturday morning. So early Saturday morning to me means 1 a.m.
Actually, by the way,
So they were drinking when this went down,
Yeah.
probably still awake.
getting that judge could be a good thing for him because he could, if he got in there and he saw it was her, he'd be like, "Hey, how about this? I saw the tape. Why don't we just call this even?"
Yeah.
You know,
would-
let's
she
just
would,
good-
What do you call
Yeah.
it? Recluse? Not excuse yourself. There's something recuse
Recuse. Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
No, but
she
I would
be
bar,
forced to-
like I said, I would use it as a chip.
I,
I'd
I
just
would
be like-
demand that, Judge.
Yeah.
I'd want to face my accuser.
Yes.
Called me a roach.
And just be like, why don't we just call it 50-50? And
So all it says is, it's Judge Michelle Odenet. The incident happened at the home of this judge, Michelle. A video was shared with KATC. I'm assuming that's a local Lafayette media outlet and other media outlets. So I don't know who shared it or who got a copy
somebody,
of it.
Somebody leaked that.
Yeah.
Yeah, be careful who's in your circle.
well, you show something like that,
And
dude.
she did confirm that the video was shot in her house.
Because you never know, man. The reality is, we all think we have friends. You never know if one person, all of a sudden, they see that video. Someone plays it for them.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
kids
oh,
talk, kids brag.
Yep.
Wouldn't someone else want to
Weakest
see
link,
this
man.
this little video here?
So, tell me what you guys think of her excuse.
What was the excuse?
And if it's legit, I'll read it to you. She posted something.
It better be pretty good. I should say.
This is a new for us, judging a judge.
Yeah. Well, no.
Statement.
I judge everybody.
My children and I were the victim of an armed burglary at our home.
Okay.
The police were called and the assailant was arrested. The incident shook me to my core, and my mental state was fragile. I was a wreck and am still unable to sleep. I was given a sedative at the time of the video. I have zero recollection of the video and the disturbing language used during it. Anyone who knows me and my husband knows this is contrary to the way we live our lives. I'm deeply sorry and ask for your forgiveness and understanding as my family and I deal with the emotional aftermath of this armed burglary.
Wait a minute. The sedative.
See, I think that.
she's
So I think she's
what-
talking this video, not the video of the video of the video, not the video.
Yeah.
the surveillance
So
video,
what about the
this video.
actual video when she was yelling it out? Apparently, she doesn't even address
this
that.
is the video where it's yelled out. Is them watching and
Right.
narrating.
But I thought you said they said like mom was yelling.
yeah,
N-word
she took
outside.
a sedative and she doesn't remember that.
God, the ambient
But wait,
excuse.
it doesn't
Bullshit,
remember
the
what, though?
fucking
Doesn't-
ambient
I
Did it work
excuse,
for
man.
Roseanne Barr?
Wait a minute.
Roseanne used this.
Hell yes. I'm
Wait a minute,
telling
doesn't
you.
remember what though?
I'm gonna
The-
get
the
some just to
actual-
She doesn't
keep on
remember
hand.
any of the incidents. She was blacked out. Blackout.
So she
high.
doesn't remember, but her son and them are saying she said that.
Right. But she has no
she's-
recollection of
but
it.
She's saying
She's
they're
saying I was
she
in a-
said it at the time in the surveillance video.
Yeah.
They're saying is when she said it, not that she said.
Yeah, because they're not
it
just
in the-
saying this. They're
I know.
not just going
You gotta
like,
clarify this
"Oh,
whole
look at this
timeline
N-word."
thing.
They're saying this is mom was yelling.
Yeah,
I was given a sedative at the time of the video. So the video where they're rewatching it.
Yeah,
Is
She's
when
been
she-
given a sedative. She's already said the N-word apparently and cockroach.
that's my point. She doesn't deny that she says it when she yelled it out originally at the point of contact, right? She's just saying she doesn't remember
And
this
if
video.
that's the case too, she was hammered high fucking
Yeah.
driving around.
right.
You know? Chase Edwards, an associate professor of law at University of Lafayette, he says the judge will face more questions in the days ahead.
wonder if he sounds like the water boy when he talks.
Maybe. So, on this one, your words have consequences. I would
Yeah.
say if you're a judge, there's no black person of color, period, that could go into that courtroom and feel like they're getting a fair
True.
ruling, right?
Yeah.
That's fair to say. I think your career as a judge is over.
Yeah.
And I hate seeing people get booted from their job, but if that's true and you're yelling that sort of stuff at
Yeah.
seeing
When
one-
you're in that position,
Yeah.
absolutely,
in that position, you just can't.
absolutely, yep.
If she was a
Like I mean,
would
law
it matter?
enforcement, same way.
If she was a fry cook at a local burger joint,
Okay, whatever.
whatever. If
Yeah.
they have an issue with it, fine. But in this case, I just don't know how you can.
I wouldn't imagine. Although I still question all of the.
Well, here's the thing.
She's not. No, there's just the video is of someone saying that she said it.
okay,
There is no
but that's-
shut the fuck up, E. Huh? No, is that there's no
It's fun,
actual
isn't it?
audio? Yeah, there's no actual audio or video of her saying it.
I get it.
Only that there's someone saying that she said it.
But these are to
Yeah.
me very clearly people that are in her inner. I'm going to tell you this: like even these people.
That's her daughter and probably daughter's boyfriend.
Okay, well,
on a Saturday
I'm going to
night.
tell you on my end, and I'm not trying to be some woke person, but on my end, even these people saying it in the way they're doing it,
Yeah.
I think it's very, Very troubling. I would not be comfortable with any of these people in the video because, in my opinion, that's the way they talk, and
Totally
it's funny
agree.
to them.
I totally agree.
So
all I'm saying is that
You're right,
there is
she-
no actual video or
But she
audio
doesn't
that I'm
deny
aware
it.
of that she said it.
Yeah.
She could say, I don't have any recollection. I don't
This
think
idea-
I said it. I don't know if I said it. I don't know why I would have ever said that. I don't generally ever say that. I've never said that.
But that's
in
not
my
what she
whole life.
said. She just says, I
Could
took a
she-
sedative afterwards, and I
Could
don't
she
really
have pulled off? I don't know what the hell my daughter thought she heard. I was saying, "There's a figure.
Yeah.
There's a figure right,
Right.
there, and it looks like a cockroach."
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that would be better than going. I took a Roseanne Barr.
Yep.
I Roseanne Barred the night.
And see, that's my and I know.
And you guys are absolutely right in pointing out I took a sedative at the time of the video. The
That's
time of
the
the
question,
video
yeah.
is the video of them filming the surveillance video, which means she'd
kinda-
already blurted that
right
shit out.
in my opinion, she's kind of like trying to like. And here's my and again, I know this is speculation on my part, but with how comfortably these guys are laughing and carrying on, it's okay. They've had some drinks, whatever. They're watching this, and they're for some reason filming it. I don't know why they're reacting.
This is the security. They took
but they're-
down a burglar. An
Right.
armed intruder.
No,
with a gun.
that's fine.
They took him down. They're gloating. They're celebrating.
I'm
Yeah,
talking
they're
about,
dancing.
but I'm talking about them filming their reactions is pretty dumb. And my point is, I know this is speculation, and this just is me using my own like feeling, but with how they're using it and how they're saying she said it,
Sounds like they've
it
said
doesn't sound
many
like it was a
times.
yeah. It wasn't like, oh my god, mom was saying the N word.
Yeah.
It sounds to me like it didn't shock them at all, and it was humorous.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, to me,
Well, you got to think that
we all
that's,
think that.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
We all get that.
okay.
I'm just saying it has to hold up in court. If you're going to take someone's
Well,
career,
it doesn't. It doesn't technically.
people
Well,
around you can say it, but it has to hold up. If you're going to take somebody's livelihood, you're going to take them.
Well, she better come out and say more than just I had a sedative the day of the video. Then.
Yeah, and I have no recollection, which means you don't recall saying it or not saying it. And all we have is your daughter saying,
And like
saying
Mike's
quite
right.
assertively that you
She
said it.
doesn't say. I gotta tell you, I've never said that word. It offends me when people
Yeah.
say it. Like, she doesn't say any of that. She just says, I
She
took a
said
sedative.
people that know me know that's not how we live our lives.
Yeah.
Well, live our lives.
Or something.
I
I
don't-
believe
yes.
that was pretty
Yeah.
close to verbatim.
Yeah.
Pay
I don't like
attention,
that.
Me and my husband.
But-
you
but
left out
living-
my husband. But other than that, you were pretty spot on.
Look at-
I gave it the proverbial week.
Living our lives to me isn't the same as like literally going like, dude, I would never say a word like that. I find that offensive.
Because you live your life by not saying things like that?
Yeah.
Keep in
guess,
mind,
I
if
mean-
you're a judge, it means you're.
Don't say that word.
If you're a judge, it means you're a lawyer and a longtime lawyer who grew
Right.
up the
That's
ranks.
another good point.
Those people know how to speak and make a statement without
Perjury, right? or
without
lying, or-
incriminating themselves, without not touching on something, knowing that if this goes somewhere, I haven't said something. That's the last thing you want to do is make a public statement.
I've never
that
said
can
that
come
word
back to you.
before, and now they got
Yeah, exactly.
What?
So
Well, she can't say it.
yeah, yeah. But I don't know how you could be
Come
a judge.
back from
I mean,
that. No, generally.
period. Even if it's not true, even if she didn't quite say that, it's the daughter saying it so willy nilly, and then the son-in-law,
Yeah.
boyfriend, whatever the hell it was.
That's a tough deal.
There's some cackling fuckers in that one too.
Yeah.
That is-
Play it one more time. Let's see how excited they
Yeah,
are.
I want to. Now that
we
I
should-
understand the situation,
No,
I'd
you're
like
right.
to go
you're
back
right.
through this.
I agree. Because you're right. I want to listen to
Listen
it.
for drinking, because I think drinking is involved here. I think early Saturday morning doesn't mean 7 a.m. It probably means 1 or 2 a.m.
Absolutely.
Oh, I don't believe. Yes, I believe this is an evening
Yeah,
viewing
it could be
party.
12:01.
Yeah.
and it's early.
Very early.
Mom goes, why are the lights to your
When I
truck
pull
on?"
up in the whip, they be saying, "God damn!"
Why are your lights on? They're like, pull up.
And mom's yelling, "Nigger, nigger!"
Oh, kid, we have a nigger. It's a nigger. Like a roach.
Look, that's me.
No, that's
I
me
came
on
from the
that
backside.
side. Look, he trips over the
He trips twice. He tripped on the roof.
I was the only one running.
That's me. Kenny was standing. I'm the one that took him down. Kenny's just standing there.
He lied.
Does this sound like people who are so shook by this they're not able to sleep for days?
To their core.
To their core?
Well, she was. She didn't technically say her family wasn't, but
I would like to know who's in attendance in there because there's definitely two female voices laughing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not talking, but there's
Laughing.
definitely two female voices laughing.
And I will say this, dude, from a person who is way too much in my life. Jay used to always say he didn't believe that you could black out drinking. Bullshit. What a fucking load of shit that was.
Yeah.
I have 100%.
Jay actually said you can't black out
He
drinking.
legitimately thinks, I've had conversations with him, and he thinks that people just say it to get out of like, oh shit.
Oh, some people do. I don't remember what I did last
Right,
night.
no,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
But dude, I have 100% had times. It's not times, way too many in reality, where I just woke up in an apartment. Even I didn't even know how I got there.
Yeah.
So my point of saying that is, I've said it to friends though before. I still believe in any of that shit that I'm responsible for whatever I did during that. Of
course.
Even if I fucking don't remember it, I said it. And the other thing I always believe is, when you're in that blacked out or maybe very hazy drunk phase, and you know what you're saying at that time for the most part as a human. You just don't remember it the next day. So even if she's on some pills and she's like, I don't remember it, if that's her laughing, it means she knew at the time what she was laughing at. Does that make sense?
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know. I think I just can't imagine you would film this, and then how does it get out? The 4 people in the room.
Yeah.
How
the judge
stupid
didn't
could
put
you
it
be,
out,
by the way?
and send it to a media outlet? I mean, just there has to be alcohol involved. Yeah, has to be. You wouldn't be this fucking loose with family
Just
dynamic.
forget
and
about what the hell you actually said in that video and be like, oh, look, we took down a burglar.
Share it with all your
Share it with
friends.
the news will want to see this.
Yeah. So. We'll
Yeah,
have
I
to
wonder
keep
if that's a
tabs
good
on
thought. Did anybody in that room
Forget
think,
about it. They
well,
just
like-
say it all the time, so didn't even think about that they had said
Well,
it
they
or
are in
that was going
Louisiana.
to be a problem.
And they
Yeah,
just-
they are in Louisiana.
and they thought they'd send it maybe to the local news, like, look at dude, local judge takes down criminal,
Yeah, right,
or
exactly.
whatever,
We'd be
like
a
in the
hero.
act.
Judge's
think it's-
family, heroes.
I think it's Louisiana. Lafayette could be Indiana.
I bet that. Well, it could be. I mean, I guess, but
See if
well,
you
no,
can see where-
University. You said University of Lafayette, right? That's Louisiana.
Okay.
UL Lafayette.
Yeah. Yeah. Or I just said UL, University of
maybe.
Lafayette.
Yeah, but Lafayette, Indiana is.
No one's taking me seriously. If I get that wrong,
Yeah, who gives a shit?
who gives a shit?
Oh, there's racists everywhere.
Yeah. But if it was Louisiana,
That makes more
like,
sense.
yeah, I could buy it. Hey, a landlord in New Jersey agrees to pay $4.4 million in damages. Ooh. It's pretty steep.
What do?
Yeah, it's the largest housing sex harassment settlement ever reached.
Okay.
Joseph Santani, 74 years old, owned hundreds of rental units across 18 properties in and around the city of Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Wait, say that sentence again.
He owned hundreds of rental units across 18 properties. So you've got a building
Okay,
property
all right,
with
yeah,
100
okay.
units
Yep,
in it.
yeah. Okay.
Around the city of Elizabeth, where he harassed tenants over a 15-year period. I don't know how I feel about this one.
Getting a little compensation. Can't pay the rent.
Yep. He asked for sexual favors in exchange for helping them get or
I saw that
keep
movie once.
housing.
It's a fucking barter system, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They got the videos all over the internet.
At one point, telling a woman who was afraid of going back to a shelter with her children, well, you know what you got to do.
See, by the way, I would argue
Hey.
it's not quite the same, but I would argue this almost is my hotel room situation of like, because if I just start going around and going,
Somebody's
hey,
going to do it.
someone's gonna agree to not pay.
The choice is
800.
yours. I mean, listen, compensation comes in many ways.
Yeah.
You know that I agree
And
that
it's
the
not
lease
forcible.
says no,
Not forcible.
No. You're more than welcome to go back to the shelter with the
Actually,
kids.
I don't know why that should be a problem. To be
Take your-
honest with you,
Right?
if honest to God, if you're just the landlord and you go,
If they're
hey,
willing-
you don't have to pay $800.
Hey,
but
you know what? That's fine. I will enforce your eviction, and we can terminate.
I think it
this
should be
lease.
legal, dude.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
legal beagle, man.
But
he
As long as you're
targeted,
enforcing it, of course.
he targeted women and gay and bisexual men.
That sounds about right. I mean,
Yeah,
opportunity.
I mean, if you're gonna,
I don't think straight men is your demographic. There.
Right,
That's
right.
what you're going for.
Yeah. Since at least 2005, he sometimes asked for oral sex in exchange for reduced rent or help obtaining rental assistance. He also asked for BJs to excuse late or unpaid rent.
Well, there's
That's an
fees.
Dude, by the way, these guys are getting fucking off golden.
No pun intended.
Right, right. But a fucking what's rent?
$500 a month, even in,
Dude.
in rent control.
Yeah,
And
dude.
he's, it's take 15 minutes. You're
$40 on
you're making
Craigslist.
$2,000 an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, you're
Dude.
pulling in $2,000 an hour in this
Hey.
move,
Dude,
and you got rent for the month.
I gotta be honest. Like,
This guy's a hero.
If I was in the right situation, fuck, man, that $800 is gone from my monthly payments.
15 minutes if you're good.
Close
You
my
get
eyes
good.
and fucking suck it up, man.
Oh yeah.
Literally.
In January 2018, a mother of 3 young children cried as she told Santani that she was being evicted from her home and that she was afraid of having to go back to the shelter with her kids. He told her he could help her out, but that she'd have to return the favor at a later date. She showed up to his office with the necessary paperwork and housing vouchers. He then led her to an apartment in the building. He asked for a massage. As the woman massaged his back, he unbuckled his pants, said, "Yep, you know what you have to do," lying on the bed, grabbing his dick and balls in his hands.
Yeah.
And at that point, she could have easily just
Said, yeah, no, fuck that. I'm not doing that.
"I'm not doing that."
No, but
and
she
left.
she absolutely did. He didn't force
And here's
her,
the thing, I would say
correct?
this. I would
Gave her an option.
I would say that you could, like, yes, there was this massage, but she went to this apartment. If you didn't know what the massage
had her
was,
vouchers.
this isn't like, it wasn't like it was a serious, like he was just at her front door and just
Yeah.
had walked in with his
Yep.
dick
Well,
out.
too bad.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Let the boy watch.
The woman thought Santini would not agree to rent her the apartment if she did not comply, so she
Complied.
complied fully.
I got it free rent. So
He would sometimes expose his dick and balls and make unwelcome sexual comments and advances to tenants and prospective tenants.
Just letting them know their options.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean-
just letting them know that there's other options.
got to offer the different payment plans.
Yep.
And these days,
Listen,
I
you
think we
know what
learned from-
what a bad credit report can do.
Yeah, right.
I mean, let's do everything we can to keep this off your FICA.
And this sounds like he owns the buildings. So if what lawyer Ogden taught us was if you're in your own property
That's true.
and your dong's out,
Yeah.
this
is just the landlord
King of the
version of
castle.
like, hey, we don't, after a car crash, saying, hey, we don't need the cops involved here. Like,
Yeah,
like
right?
that just,
Hey, let's handle this right here.
right.
In another case, a woman on the verge of eviction was desperate and scared that she and her teenage daughter would be homeless in the winter. He allegedly made her get on her knees and beg for the apartment in the laundry room of the building. Then he unzipped his pants and told her to give him a blowjob if you want your
Okay, you know what?
apartment.
Here's where I have an issue with this dude. Just get to the fucking blowjobs or not. Like, just make it a sexual, like, make it a more straight up business thing. Hey,
It's a transaction. It's a barter
right,
system.
but
That's
this
what I said.
begging shit and like, no, and these massages even, get the fuck out of here. Just tell her the deal
That's
and get
compensation,
on
bro.
to it.
That's compensation.
So you take issue with making her get on her knees and beg for the
Yes,
apartment?
just get to just tell her the deal right away.
It's more
And-
humiliating.
I pay for
Yes.
massages. There's a monetary value associated with that.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's fine. But I'm saying, okay, fine. But in this situation, I take issue with the humiliating aspect of the begging.
Sure,
If
sure.
you know where it's going to the BJ, just get to the fucking BJ right away. Don't make her do that shit. And then
Well,
like,
maybe that's a test out. See if she'll actually get on her knees to beg.
Yeah. The woman looked at him and said, "I want my apartment, Joe. Please don't do this." He then asked her, "You're going to have to show me how much you want this apartment."
I've seen this video before, dude. I swear to God, I've seen this video before.
What were,
porn?
I
what
didn't
were the
realize-
comments like?
I didn't know this shit really well, that's not true. I assumed it kind of maybe happened.
Yeah.
But maybe it didn't, honestly. Like, I don't know that
It
I
happens
really.
everywhere.
It probably does. Yeah.
Tickets,
Yeah.
promotions.
Yeah, promotions I see for sure.
Some tenants were referred by a group called Proceed. It's a local organization that provides rent assistance to low-income residents. 2 weeks after moving in, one man referred to Santani by Proceed, says he was called to his landlord's office and led to another apartment where Santani asked him to just fondle his dick and balls a little bit,
Okay.
but
That
not
seems
to
like-
tell anyone about this or you'll lose your apartment.
Okay.
Yeah, after the incident, Santani gave the guy $10 and said he would see the man in church.
Oh,
He's a man of the cloth, too. He threatened and harassed his tenants.
why am I not surprised?
He received tens of thousands from taxpayers and rental assistance programs. He participated in the Federal Housing Choice Voucher Program, also known as Section 8, which pays landlords to offer tenants lower rent payments. He received about $102,000 from the program every month.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Well,
has since, if you're worried, ladies, that you're going to run into this 74-year-old creep, he has since sold all the properties. He's awaiting trial. All the properties that he owned are gone, and he's not allowed
great time to
to
sell.
rent anymore.
Great time to sell.
You know what the problem is
He made
here?
a ton of money on those fucking
Oh,
shitholes.
yeah. And you know what the problem, the real problem this guy has? He grew up in the wrong era.
Yeah.
You know, if this was the 1820s,
Hell,
1850s,
1930s, dude.
1930s, yeah. You know, this was not frowned upon at that time. You know, you could have a barter system like you're talking, Troy.
I mean, if he was just
know.
sitting here just tossing these fucking bimbos out on the street, would he would be less? He would be a better man.
No?
I question if he was sending these people back to
That's
the
a great
shelters
question,
and
dude.
out
Yeah.
onto the streets with their kids.
It's
he would be a
honestly-
better man then.
It's honestly a real question that the people aren't ready to talk about.
They
I
are
think.
not.
I
They're
bel-
not ready to have that conversation.
I believe, but you're right. Like, and the problem is, I went down this line. As some people know, I haven't paid for sex in a long time because it just got too dangerous for me.
Attaboy,
It wasn't
good for you.
out of the morality of it. It was just the danger.
Now they're just throwing pussy at you.
But yeah,
don't
right.
have to pay
But
for it.
but my point is like, so there's a thin line where if he
Not a blue
really
line.
is harassing them or legitimately,
Making it happen, yes.
then I would be
totally
upset
agree.
with that.
Yeah, that's called rape.
But the actual act of just, hey,
Hell, you don't have your money? Okay, well.
Hey, California,
this
you
can
wanna
go
s-
one of two
Yeah.
ways
Right.
here.
You have a mouth.
I will give you an option.
look what happens when you don't. California, there you go. That's
Yeah.
what happens when you don't let BJ's be the rent.
Yeah.
I mean,
And BJ's being the rent. I mean, yeah.
and by the way, if he gives up enough of these BJ's for rent, he ain't gonna be able to own these properties. Because no offense, BJ's aren't gonna pay his rent.
Imagine nobody ever pays him a dime anymore.
Yeah, they
Everybody
just
he just
blow
walks
all
down
day
the hall. Everybody's just
What if he
standing
just
on
was
their
like,
knees.
well, I'm out of business, but that was a hell of a 2 months.
Got those fucking like mail slots
Yeah.
in all the doors. He just walks through, just sticking his cock through the fucking mail slot.
Just fucking glory holes instead of mail holes.
Yeah.
It's that time of the month.
Why is your mail slot round?
Long story. Don't worry about it.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I have a feeling people are going to take a different position than us.
Interesting.
I'm sure they will.
I can't believe it.
you know,
I'm actually not even being a smartass. I'm being a little bit. I don't think
No.
Troy is. Are you? Like,
No,
honestly,
believe me,
in a way.
I understand when it crosses a line and that there's sexual harassment and there's
Yeah.
fucking flat out rape and things like that.
Sure.
But
If they were
there
really-
is also
If a woman's empowered
yes.
and an adult
But
can make
I
decisions
guess
on her
technically
own,
that becomes prostitution because
But she's about to be
it's
in the street.
compensation for sex, which makes it illegal.
which is bullshit too.
I agree. It's the oldest profession. Should definitely not be illegal. I mean, believe me, all fucking pussy costs money. Sex costs money.
right,
I don't know
right,
whether you
right.
pay for it indirectly or directly.
that's why
it's
I
an
was
old
just
bit, but it's
Yeah.
so true.
Right, dude. The people that are like, I don't pay for it. I'm like, I use it. Yeah, you do. Everyone
Yeah,
does
okay,
that.
right.
Yours is just in a more socially acceptable manner that's not looked down upon.
Believe me, sometimes getting a hooker is cheaper and a lot less headache.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Troy,
They
you pay the hooker.
come, they go.
Right, you pay the hooker to leave, not to stay, right?
Yeah.
That's the saying.
Yep. Hey,
Yeah.
you know, in today's complex financial environment, timely insights and prudent guidance are essential to effectively manage your money and work
these
towards your goals. Mark and Jay at LPL Financial can help you develop an investment strategy to address your needs and aspirations. Call today and tell them that you're a friend of the show for a no-cost, no-obligation consultation. 248-626-2000 and ask for Mark and Jay.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. If these tenants had gone to that, maybe they wouldn't be
They're going to love that segue.
to give blowjobs.
It's always best to do your commercials after the hardest story
Yes.
of the day. Dead baby stories, sex
it in there.
harassment stories.
Two
that's-
people suggesting that it should be absolutely okay to pay for rent with blowjobs, right?
Yeah, I know. I know.
I mean, listen, you're right. It's a talk that people aren't ready to have yet.
Yeah.
I know.
It's a conversation.
Preaching to this or choir in this room, right?
Yeah, yeah. Hey, you brought up, was it Leah Thomas, the swimmer?
Right.
Just a lady.
Just a lady. So on the UPenn swim team, Ivy League UPenn, and 3 years as a dude on the team, and then took during the COVID, took a year off and did hormone treatment or whatever,
Yep.
which you have to do.
Talk
by
about turning a
NCAA.
negative into a positive. Good look for her. Good for her or him. You
Yeah.
know, putting in the work over the
Her.
COVID.
Just like that. It's a her.
It's just like that. I saw her do an interview, and it's like, nah, they haven't got the voice down yet
Let-
because that's just a dude.
Still just a
I'm going to
dude.
assume that this person's being an asshole and not genuine because I just, whatever. Like, wonder when during COVID it was like, fuck, you know what? Okay, this is a good time. Where I'm not able to do the swimming. I've been kind of laxing the last few years.
Gonna lose my scholarship because I suck.
If
on
I'm
the
going to
guys'
do
team.
it, this is the time, man. Like,
Yeah.
I wonder when that decision.
Right.
Well, we are constantly told whenever these stories come up just how much support, oh my God, such a welcoming environment and the support from my teammates and blah, blah, blah. Now 3 UPenn teammates have come out and gone like, yeah.
Get the
So
fuck.
3 are coming out and
Bullshit.
speaking for the others.
Anonymously.
By the way.
coming out anonymously.
You have
because
to.
They know
Because you have to. You'll
they'll
get
be dragged.
killed.
Yeah.
Killed.
But they want to make it very clear that no,
it's not okay.
it's not cool
We're not
with any
fine with
fucking
it.
buddy in this room. Sorry. So Leah broke 2 national records when she competed in the female races, the Zippy International. We talked about that
Yeah.
a week or 2 ago.
Won by like 38 seconds or something like
Yeah,
that.
in one of the races.
In one of the races, 38 seconds.
14 seconds in the other one. 38.
Imagine that. I wish we had video of the people at that meet and just sitting there, like, kind of. They start. Yeah.
Could you imagine if you just don't know?
Great, a
And the dude
record.
just jumps up, everybody's like,
Off the dive, full body length ahead of the girls.
yeah.
Off the platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, a record was
a
broken.
female swimmer from Niagara University who wishes to remain anonymous and competed against Thomas at the Zippy Invitational. Spoke of the intimidation and discouragement she felt racing the trans athlete. Swimming against Leah Thomas was intimidating. It was hard going into a race knowing there was no way I was going to get that first. I knew I could drop my time, but I also knew there was no way I would physically be able to beat her in the race or even catch up to her. It's hard working your whole life at a sport and going to big competitions and seeing someone who is more physically talented than you. However, it's even more discouraging to have them right next to you and knowing you won't ever be on the same physical level at them. At the end of the day, I respect her decision to compete, and I do feel people are going to have a bad reaction to her life choices, which isn't fair. But from an athletic standpoint, I do see why a lot of athletes are going to be upset. So in the week of the Zippy Invitational, 2 of her female UPenn teammates anonymously spoke out of their frustrations. They want an outkick. Is that Clay Thompson or Clay?
I don't know.
Clay Travis?
No
Didn't
idea.
he start Outkick? I believe.
Not sure.
It's a sports website. He took over. Clay took over for Rush Limbaugh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he's conservative. He's an attorney, sports guy. He used to work with big fat black dude, Jason, Kansas City sports writer. You know.
That's the Clay Thompson that, like, in the duo that's now, like.
Clay
Or,
Travis.
not Clay Thompson. Sorry, Clay Travis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I said the name wrong. But
Yeah.
that's interesting. I didn't realize
What is
that.
it? Buck Sexton?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like
Yeah.
that. I've never listened to him, but Buck Sexton.
I
and
did.
Clay
I don't
Travis.
really care for him personally, but whatever.
Clay's great. I mean, I've heard his rants. He's great.
Yeah, it's well, whatever. I may.
Anyway, he's probably got 100 reporters at Outkick, so who knows who they talk to. But these 2 girls said that she and most of the female teammates are upset because their coach, Mike Schnur, is allowing a trans athlete to take a woman's spot because he really likes winning. Pretty much everyone individually has spoken to our coaches about not liking this. Our coach just really likes winning. He's like most coaches. I think secretly everyone just knows it's the wrong thing to do. Thomas also noted her teammates as continued support system through her transition and the national criticism she's faced. The team has been unbelievably supportive since the beginning. You know, teammates, coaches, Mike has been one of my biggest supporters and allies in this process since day one. I'm very grateful to have that support from him and everyone on the team. I feel very supported. Just treated like any other member of the women's team. The first female swimmer told Outkick, that support is fake.
I say that because we have to.
When the whole team is together, we have to be like, oh my gosh, go Leah, that's great, you're amazing. It's very fake.
I believe it.
The Ivy League is not a fast league for swimming, so that's why it's particularly ridiculous that we could potentially have an NCAA champion. That's unheard of coming from the Ivy League. There are a bunch of comments on the internet about how, oh, these girls are just letting this happen. They should boycott or protest. At the end of the day, it's an individual sport. If we protest, we're only hurting ourselves because we're going to miss out on all that we've been working for. When I have kids, I kind of hope they're all boys because if I have any girls that want to play sports in college, good luck. Their opponents are all going to be biological men saying they're women. Right now we have 1, but what if we had 3 on the team? There'd be 3 less girls competing. A second female swimmer from the UPenn swim team anonymously voiced complaints about Thomas's spot on the team, despite the entire team being strongly advised, do not speak to the media. So she stepped forward to explain how UPenn swimmers are angry over what has been perceived as a lack of fairness as Thomas smashes record after record in the pool. Swimmers were upset and crying. They knew their times were going to be obliterated by her. They feel so discouraged because no matter how much work they put in, they're going to lose. Usually they can get behind the blocks and know they out-trained all their competitors. They're going to win, give it all they've got. Now they're having to go behind the blocks knowing no matter what, they don't have a chance. I think it's really getting to everyone. Usually everyone claps. Everyone is yelling, cheering when someone wins a race. Leah touched the wall and it was just silent in there. when fellow UPenn swimmer Anna Kalandadze finished second, the crowd erupted in
38
applause.
seconds later.
Yeah.
By the way, do you remember?
So yeah, dude. In reality, that stadium, it sounds like, was just like
Even they're fucking
Nice
like,
job,
what is
dude.
going on?
nice
when
job.
we started all this, and it was like remember, it was like, oh, you guys are crazy. This isn't going to become it's not going to be like men are just going to be facing women all the time. That's ridiculous. How blah
You
blah
think it was
blah.
just going to end?
Right, like
Come on.
Yeah.
it was just we were
Could you
told we were
imagine one of
nuts
these chicks,
and.
like having a personal best or breaking what would have been a record,
Yeah.
and then just still getting smoked by a minute and a half by this fucking dude,
Yeah.
even with the cock drag?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
going, well, that would have been a record, except for Lee.
Yeah.
Fucking just stroked it.
All the records are just going to be
Yeah, just
by this
crushing him.
person.
This is fucking frustrating too. The second girl that talked to Outkick said Thomas could be overheard bragging. That was so easy. I was cruising. At least I'm still number one in the country. Well, obviously she's number one in the country because she's at a clear physical advantage after having gone through male puberty and getting to train with testosterone for years. Of course you're number one in the country when you're beating a bunch of females. That's not something to brag about. Honestly, this is so upsetting to us because we want to be acknowledged for our hard work, but it seems like it just keeps overshadowing us. Put Leah out of the picture. We have a really good team this year, one of the best teams we've had in years. It's all being overshadowed.
Bragging, sitting in the locker room, crushed it.
Cruising out there.
Where were you guys, girls, whatever?
I did read some comments from people, and they were like, these women should stand in unity together.
Yeah.
And on that
Collectively.
platform, when they blow the whistle, the gun, whatever, let Leah fucking dive in and don't move.
Just, yeah.
Let him swim his shit out.
Great. Go
and then
get
go,
it.
okay, now let's do another gun for the
Yeah.
ladies.
Right?
You know? But
Something. I mean, why not? And I get it because it's
Well,
an
they have
individual
scholarships
sport.
too,
They have
though, on their own-
scholarships.
yeah.
They have responsibilities of what to do, but you can't just act like this is fucking okay.
I know.
As a society, as a sport, all of it.
yeah.
And this is just when it was one, it was cute. Oh, look at that. Oh, and then
No, it wasn't.
One,
It was absurd then. Although it was hilarious. The
Yeah.
first one I remember
Yeah.
is the fucking dude joining the girls lacrosse team. And that wasn't a trans thing. It was because of Title IX something or other. If
was just
your
straight up
school, yeah. If
Didn't
your
have
school
that
didn't have
sport.
that sport, you could then go out for
Yeah.
the equivalent. They didn't have a field hockey squad, and this kid played lacrosse. He was a field hockey player. He went out there and fucking owned this league.
Yeah.
He just whomped these bitches.
You're like Shaq playing in the WNBA.
yeah. I mean, it was just
You
hilarious.
know what I mean?
Yeah, Johnson
we
with
even-
his 10th goal today. And
Right.
you're just like, oh, this is hilarious.
Why do we even have a WNBA, by the way? I don't even understand.
Well, no one understands that. I mean,
Well, no,
why-
but even
why have
like-
we ever had a WNBA?
But in the aspect of like, aren't we all just the same? I don't even get it. Why should we even have differences?
The WNBA has been around for 22 years, and they've lost $22 million,
Mm-hmm.
an average of $1 million a year. And they're all owned by NBA franchises, so good luck getting rid of that fucking league.
They have to. It's like making you buy fucking
Oh, no, yeah,
preseason
we've talked
tickets when
about
you get
that.
your season tickets.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to. Just
Yeah.
suck it up and eat it. That's
Yeah.
what you're going to have to do.
Yeah,
We know you're
it's-
never going to get the money back.
Dude,
You know you're not going to go to those games, but fuck you have to do it anyway.
ESPN used to be credible with like sports, and it was like, you know, they didn't cover soccer, they didn't really cover hockey at all for years. It was like, just give people what they want. Baseball when it's baseball season, college football, pro football, maybe some basketball mixed in. But now they're so woke. They're covering. They had a thing come on. They interrupted broadcasting. I sent you a video of it, T. Breaking news across the screen, and they fucking cut to some chick on a WNBA team is dribbling, doesn't look bad at all, but apparently broke her leg. So they're like, "Oh my god!" I'd never heard of the team.
Yep.
She played for. Never heard of her. Apparently she's the shit.
Yeah.
Never heard of her. She broke her ankle. They had to interrupt programming to let us know.
Oh,
It's
no.
like,
She's gone.
oh wow. Ooh.
They
Ooh.
have some power shifts in the WNBA now.
It's like, okay, is this really international news?
Breaking story.
Really?
This team is now going to lose $2 billion this year.
Speaking of the trans fight, I remember this a few months ago. Kristi Noem, who's the South Dakota governor, and they put up some, what was it called? HB House Bill 12-17 or something back months ago. And it was about girls playing girls sports and guys playing guy sports. And the right was all for it. And they were really, and she voted against it. And they're like, you fucking bitch, how dare you? And she's like, look, there are problems with this bill, okay? I'm going to come up with a new one that will eliminate these problems. They're like, fuck you, you bitch.
Yeah.
You don't care about women in sports. She's like, look, I'm on your team. I get it. But some of the things in here are going to end up in fucking lawsuits. The NCAA is going to sue us. And this is going to happen because of these couple things that are in here that are problematic. Well, she circled the wagons, and now she's come back
Okay.
with her new bill.
All right.
So she's set to introduce
I like
new.
to hear, calm, rational heads prevail.
Yeah, but people went after her.
No,
Oh,
just
it was-
the knee-jerk reaction to this
Yeah.
country is fucking.
what? You're not protecting our girls in sports? Fuck you, bitch. You know, you're like, dude. So she is set to introduce new legislation that aims to limit the participation of trans athletes in female sports. A draft of the bill titled An Act to Protect Fairness in Women's Sports was shared by her office yesterday. The bill would restrict students in collegiate and K through 12 sports from joining sports teams that align with their biological sex at birth, which is defined as the sex listed on the athlete's official birth certificate.
Did you just assign gender?
Yeah.
Wow.
She did.
I thought we waited some people are waiting 18 years. What's that one famous person was going to wait 18 years to decide what her sex of her child was? I forget who that
I
was,
remember
but
that.
yeah.
No, that's pretty cut and dry.
Only female athletes based on their biological sex may participate in any team, sport, or athletic event designated for being for females, women, or girls. This is about fairness. Every young woman deserves an equal playing field where she can achieve success, but common sense tells us that males have an unfair physical advantage in competition. It is for those reasons that only girls should be competing in girls' sports. Women have fought long and hard for equal athletic opportunities, and South Dakota will defend them, but we have to do it in a smart way. Her bill comes after the House failed to override the governor's veto of House Bill 1217, which would have made trans women and girls' participation illegal. She was hit with harsh criticism earlier in the year, like I said, when she vetoed the bill, explaining that she said it wouldn't withstand legal challenges, announced she had plans for a more comprehensive bill. I'm trying to get to what the problem was. The draft proposal excludes the HB 1217 requirement that athletes provide a written statement verifying they haven't taken any performance-enhancing drugs. It also cut an onerous paperwork requirement for parents to report on their child's gender. There was higher risk of the entire bill being enjoined if South Dakota were to be sued by the NCAA. If that had happened, no girls in South Dakota would have been protected at K-12 or collegiate level. Now that other states have linked arms, she's excited to protect girls' sports. Blah, blah, blah. She signed a couple executive orders earlier, but yeah.
Chicks transitioning to male take testosterone, right? And
What's that?
Women transitioning into men take testosterone.
Yeah.
And then men take estrogen? Is that what that is? Or what are they?
Yeah.
Cares?
Or
Testosterone.
hormone blockers or something.
Is it something? Well, whatever. But there's
Yeah.
something that testosterone would be considering a performance-enhancing drug. I would
Oh,
believe.
yeah,
100%.
for sure.
Estrogen, I wouldn't believe is. I don't think that's performance-enhancing.
So if a girl, you're saying if
So
a
if a
girl
guy
takes,
was becoming a girl,
yeah.
but the only thing in there was that they have to say that they weren't taking performance-enhancing drugs.
Yes, and I don't know legally why that would be the problem, but those were the couple of things that she took out of that bill,
Oh, okay.
saying, we're not going to require people to sign this, I don't know what law but she clearly thought this could end up with the NCAA suing,
Yeah, let's protect our girls.
Yeah.
For real. As a dad with daughters,
Yep.
I'm all for trans. I really am. I might come off like an asshole, but I support it. Your decision, totally. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. Do what makes you happy.
That's what everyone in this room feels.
Exactly. But it not at everyone else's expense. Man. If you want to do that, fine. But you're gonna pick your battles, man. You can't do that and go fucking, crush the fucking weightlifting division in girls' high school weightlifting.
Yeah.
You just can't have it that way. Fine. You want it.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions, Steve.
Yeah.
It
That
really
is.
is.
That is.
That statement holds true far more than it doesn't. And the fact is, human beings are assholes. They are. all of us have a little bit of asshole in us. Most of us have a shit ton of asshole in us.
I'm the nicest asshole you'll ever meet.
Yeah, absolutely. But most people look out for themselves when push comes to shove.
Yeah.
And if you think about the potential payoff for, put it in terms of golf or tennis. I'm trans. Well, the number 2,000 ranked man is going to fucking smoke the top 10 women in the world. They just are. They're
We
just,
haven't gotten to the professional level on any of this yet. This
No,
has
but
all
it's
been
gonna
in the-
happen.
yeah, because
Someone's
this
gonna break the
amateur
glass
is-
ceiling.
is coming up through that
yeah.
ranks.
And in Olympics, we're starting to see it. The girl didn't win the
Weightlifter.
weightlifting thing. Probably should have. But you're going to start seeing it in sports where it does matter, where the top women's golfer starts getting fucking shellacked on the links.
Yeah.
Or tennis would be really bad. You get
Across the board, name the sport.
name the sport, right? But
basically.
the reason I'm naming golf and tennis is because they have big purses. They pay those women a
pun intended.
shitload to win. The women's soccer, fine. You get a guy out there that's claiming to be a woman, whether it's real, legit, whatever it is, he's going to take a slot from a woman. Like women's basketball doesn't pay dick. Women's lacrosse doesn't pay dick. Women's tennis pays hundreds of millions of dollars. Shit tons of money. Olympics, you get an Olympic gold medal.
Yeah.
You're on the fucking world circuit tour.
Yeah, and
you get
that's-
paid forever.
And now you're dealing with the entire world.
Yeah.
Not just our little woke country and everybody has to shut the fuck up
Yeah.
and accept it and deal with it. Now you start taking these opportunities away from women across the world that have trained for this their whole life.
Yeah.
And that's one I think you're really going to start. You're right. Was that the only one so far? Was the weightlifter in the last Olympics? I think
so. There
That's
might
the-
have been.
No, I think wasn't there like a.
The ball throw one or something.
I was thinking maybe there.
Think about snowboarding.
I was thinking
when
about-
when you watch. I watched. Remember the skateboarding? Skateboarding was a new.
Yeah.
And the guys are out there and they're fucking bombing. They're killing it.
Doing
They're,
like 1280s, and
Yeah.
girls are barely doing
the
720s.
girls could barely do a rail. Every one of them fell multiple times.
Yeah.
They looked like shit. They did not belong on an Olympic stage.
Yeah.
They're not there. They'll never be there.
I said insert fucking sport here.
Snowboarding.
It doesn't
Snowboarding.
across the board.
Look at what the guys that win snowboarding. Their air is huge. The shit they're doing in the air is nothing short of a miracle. And the women go,
Yeah.
they basically just go on a calm ride down the hill.
Hey.
Maybe they do a 180. Woo!
Yeah.
It's
They do what the guys do
hilarious.
after they fall.
Yeah.
and then go down the rest of their run.
So how many men would it take to go in and steal gold? It would take the
One.
top, the 1,000th best male snowboarder in the world to go in and absolutely take every fucking gold medal from a woman.
Yeah.
Every one of them. That's what'll happen.
It's fine.
So-
you know what? Honestly,
I kinda
I've said
wanna see it
before,
play out. I
fine
wanna
with
see
me.
it happen.
And I get what you're saying, Trey. Obviously, it's not really fine with me, but it's like it's the same thing I've said about all this politics shit. Okay,
Okay.
fine. Keep it coming.
You get what you wish for.
You get what
Yeah.
you wish for, and it's like luckily I got to see what I got to see.
I
and-
feel bad for women. But
I do.
Ladies, you're going to just have to take one on
Yeah,
the tits
you're gonna
for a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
well,
gonna you're gonna have to
for
take one on the
progress.
tits for a few years
Yeah.
for progress, I suppose.
If you don't like it, become a dude and take our shit.
Yeah. Good luck with that. Good luck. Let's see how that works out
Oh
for you.
man, it will be fun to watch. It'll be hysterical. It'll be infuriating.
Yeah.
It will be nothing short of entertaining.
Yeah.
But everybody's got to stop pretending that it's fucking okay.
Yeah.
And that it's just we're gonna just stand by and take it.
Well, the problem
Because
too
the
is
longer you wait, the fucking harder it's going to be.
Yeah.
So let's,
Yeah.
like we were talking, let's start
Well,
nipping
what's
that
good for
shit
me
in
is
the bud.
you got to remember, as guys, though, for us who even like sports, it doesn't really. That's why it's like whatever, man. It ain't gonna affect the NBA.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna
Hey, I
affect
tell you
the
what, I
fucking.
might start watching the WNBA.
And there you go.
We'll go in there
when
and
they start
dominate.
dunking.
Well, then you'll have the fucking WNBA. Then you'll have like that'll be like in there with the beat.
How about the TNBA?
the summer league.
Can we
and
just
shit.
have the TNBA?
Yeah, there you go.
There you
Trans
go.
NBA.
No, that's
But see,
and
again,
this
that
is the
Mike's right.
beauty-
That's the problem. That then
This is the
insinuates.
beauty of the box-in. This is what we've all been waiting for, is for this to eat itself.
Yep.
This is how it's eaten itself. And they've boxed themselves into everyone just agreeing across the board that trans women are no different than
Just
real
a
women. They're just a
lady.
lady. Just a lady. Well, that's fine, but that means that you can't have an alternate trans games, trans tennis association. No, because that says they're not real women. And you already told us they're absolutely just ladies like any other lady. So you've boxed yourself into this corner where, sorry, ladies, you're going to have to take one in the tits for a few years while this plays out. Hopefully next generation gets it together and goes, yeah, we're not doing this anymore. But for now,
Let's hope.
yeah.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah. God.
What
Or
about
it's, or
what
it's
about
going to take a death.
what
Maybe,
if
maybe
you-
it takes one of these MMA women that used to be a dude crushing the skull of some woman.
Yeah,
I
and
apologize
that'll happen.
to her in advance.
That'll happen. Yeah, because it will happen.
But one of them's going to get fucking hit with a real man's
Permanently
fist.
disfigured.
Yeah, and break her fucking skull.
If you transition of your own volition and that's what you truly believe and associate as, and that's what makes you happy, God bless you. If you do it for that reason, like to get over,
God bless you. Even
I
more.
hope no. I hope that you do it and then they yank it from you, and now you're stuck with tits.
Yeah.
And now you can't swim too.
And you've lost your dog. Yeah. CNN had a rough few weeks at CNN. The whole Cuomo brothers thing.
Yeah. It's
see that.
officially out now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Last time we talked about it, he was suspended.
Gonski.
He was
Dunsky.
suspended.
Yeah. Well, he
Which
was
we knew.
fired after that. And I just read earlier that Governor Cuomo, Andrew, has to give back the $5.1 million he made on his book, talking about how great he did with the pandemic.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yep.
How?
How does he have to give it back?
Yeah.
Because apparently a lot of the people in his office worked on that book for him on government time.
Okay.
And so their panel voted 12-1 that you return every fucking penny, $5.1 million.
Okay. Didn't he sell like 9 books? I thought we looked at that.
Yeah,
That's
20,000 or some
That's
shit.
$5 million. Jesus Christ! I got to write a
His
book.
advance was $4.5 million or something, $5 million. He never fucking sold shit.
His advance was 5, and then he got 0.1.
Yeah, but he's gonna have to give it all back.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
CNN now they've got another problem here. Senior producer who worked shoulder to shoulder with Chris Cuomo on his primetime show has been fired by CNN after he was arrested last week for sex crimes with underage girls.
Oh boy, sensing a pattern here.
John Griffin, he's a dad.
Okay.
It's like he was working on CNN's morning program New Day prior to a grand jury in Vermont indicting him on Friday with 3 counts of using a facility of interstate commerce to attempt to entice minors to engage in unlawful sex activity. So he had a getaway ski lodge in Vermont, you know, where he kept his Tesla and his Mercedes.
Yeah.
The charges against Mr. Griffin are deeply disturbing, CNN said. We learned of his arrest Friday and terminated his employment on Monday. It accuses Griffin of trying to persuade mothers to allow their daughters to engage with sexual activity with him at his Vermont ski home. The former producer sought to persuade parents to allow him to train their daughters to be sexually submissive.
Really?
That's a balls move.
Who fucking goes to the mom for that?
Yeah. He would regularly communicate with the mothers of these underage women on messaging apps, Kik, Google Hangouts, and text. He would send them disturbing beliefs, including one where he states that there is a wanton whore at the core of any female and that a woman is a woman regardless of her age. It's not far off with a wanton whore. There's a little bit of a wanton whore in every woman, right?
Yeah. Well,
A woman is a woman regardless of her age.
balls to this guy for fucking trying to take it from the mom. I mean,
Yeah.
that's next level.
The former producer also exchanged text messages with a mother of 2 daughters, aged 9 and 13. One of the text messages read, "One of the big lies of this society is that women are delicate, innocent angels, and they are in actuality naturally the dirtiest sluts possible in every metric."
Okay.
Right?
I mean, but
I'm not saying it's wrong across the board.
no.
You know, I mean,
No. I mean, he makes some valid points.
there's some truth in jest.
But yeah, your technique, man, is questionable. Not gonna lie.
when handled appropriately, a woman is a woman regardless of her age. And then he tried to convince her that her 13-year-old daughter would be trained properly by him. Griffin, a father himself, paid $3,000 worth of plane tickets for the mother and daughter to fly to Boston from Nevada, where he picked them up in his Tesla before driving them
This fucking
to his
cunt
home
went.
in Vermont. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Holy shit! I was
yeah.
like, how do you get past the first like text message
Yeah.
where this doesn't just go straight to the fucking cops? This bitch went
Yeah. And in
with her
Vermont,
kid, one or both kids.
the 13-year-old. Oh my God. The daughter was directed to engage in and did engage in sexual activity with him.
Oh my God. She
Griffin-
needs to be fucking fried worse than him.
Yeah.
Holy fuck balls.
Parents are supposed to
Protect your kid.
protect
Don't matter
their kids,
fucking
right?
what.
That's what they say. That's true, right?
Oh yeah.
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 13,
that's a
do they
real
still need
thing.
protection?
Probably
9?
pretty high on the list of duties, I would imagine.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. I can't.
I
believe
mean,
this
I don't know if it's above cell phone or where it sits with, making sure they get a nice
This
iPad
piece of
or.
shit. Oh
The
my
mom?
God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. I mean, him too. Yes, but
Yeah.
fuck. And I mean,
he's
whatever.
he's just
I
fishing,
mean,
man.
You're right. Hey, I mean, fucking sick fuck for trying, but this idiot fucking did it.
Yeah. Griffin once bragged about how he sexually trained girls as young as 7. Recommended her mother's 14-year-old daughter after describing how she would be a good candidate for such training. He offered virtual training where he planned to instruct the 14-year-old and her mother to remove their clothing and touch each other on webcam. He also told them how about in-person sessions would include spanking and cock worship.
Okay.
Okay. I could go for a little cock worship. I got to be honest with
nothing
you.
wrong with that. But
I mean,
I guess if you find, I guess the trick is you find those fucking wanton whores in the mother that are just down,
yeah.
and maybe they think that that's the way it is. That's
They
the way
looking
it
for a
should
ski
be.
resort weekend?
I don't know. I don't know that it's a money thing or if it's just a fucking piece of shit thing. I don't know.
People are crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, I can't imagine putting one of those fucking, things on the telephone pole where you rip the little tab off. Hey, you want me to fuck your daughter? Call me.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I don't think that's going to work. So somehow you have to vet who you're talking to, I would think, to even get to this conversation. Now you got to find a fucking cunt, whore fucking of a mother that has daughters in, apparently age doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And that would even fucking entertain this conversation,
Yeah.
would let this guy talk to her about your kid that way. Mm-hmm. I want to punch him in the fucking face myself.
I know you do.
Right now. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's weird. I think I'm starting to realize there's a whole other world.
Oh, yeah.
That we're
Oh.
just,
there is.
naivete. We are so unaware of. It makes me believe, like, wow, you can push people a lot farther than I would have dreamed. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Like, I had no idea what a nice guy I was walking around the world, but there's a whole lot of shit going on out there. And you got to think, to get to this level where you're openly discussing this on messaging apps with
Yeah.
mothers about their young daughters,
Yeah.
you've been doing it a long time,
A long time.
right?
Yeah.
That's not out the gate shit.
That's not just testing out your new move.
No, no.
Hey, when I go to the club,
Right.
this is what I've been working on a little game.
I read this book of the new technique. I'm going to try it out.
Yeah. Yeah. John Griffin is the son of longtime William Morris agent Jim Griffin, who represented Regis Philbin. Geraldo Rivera, back in the day, one of Jim Griffin's clients was a young Chris Cuomo. Jim's son John joined Cuomo on CNN's New Day from the show's birth in 2013 and stuck with him with the anchor until the launch of Cuomo Primetime in 2018. His LinkedIn page hasn't been updated since he's been fired, but states that Griffin and Cuomo worked shoulder to shoulder on each show, producing live breaking news across the country and around the world.
Well, time to update that if he's looking for a new job. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't you don't want your LinkedIn not to be updated.
Yeah, that's
when you're
true.
job hunting. That's the first thing I think the new place would look at.
Well, it makes you wonder. Maybe Cuomo has no idea, but he's been accused of sexually harassing. And CNN, there's more to drop there. CNN knows something. When they terminated it was like, we learned some stuff, but they haven't said what they learned. So who knows? And if this guy's shoulder to shoulder, like producer would be with a host like that when you're traveling the world together, and there's pictures of them all over the world in each other's arms and,
Yeah, boy.
yeah, boy. Is it possible
It's definitely possible.
that Chris Cuomo would even know?
It's very possible.
Not involved, not playing
Yeah,
along?
it is.
but-
In reality,
it's possible that you wouldn't know. It's not likely, but I guess
I knew what Drew and Mike were up to.
I
knew.
Well,
It wasn't kids. I can promise you that.
well,
but
exactly. Well,
they
then,
had some
then
fun.
maybe you didn't know. Maybe the deviant shit gets, is. But the way this guy's just throwing it out, who fucking knows, man? He's owning it like he's some kind of fucking baby pussy king.
Yeah.
Fucking weirdo, man. And fuck this mom. Oh my god. I mean, I literally can't. I can't see how this gets past the first text to the first fucking person
Yeah.
that says, "Hey, maybe you should let me fuck your daughter."
Yeah.
Bam! 911. 911.
You would have to know. You would have to know that you had. I don't know how you would test that theory that you had a gamer on the other.
Yeah.
See, I would always think that I'm talking to a Fed or something. Like you,
I don't know
you
how
see
this-
that all the time where there's some sting. You know, a wife wants to have, or a husband wants to have his wife murdered.
Yeah.
You know, and 9 times out of 10, the cops get wind of it, feds get wind of it, and they're the ones as acting as the hitman.
Every lock has a key, as they say. You
Yeah.
never know.
Obviously, it's happening. So now the federal prosecutors are seeking the confiscation of his getaway property, his 2 cars, Tesla and Mercedes, his computers, as well as cameras that were used in a series of crimes. I have no problem with them collecting that stuff.
Oh fuck no! Fuck that guy.
He's facing a mandatory minimum sentence of 10 years. Could be handed a maximum sentence of life imprisonment for each count.
Okay. Yeah.
I think
sounds
we're
about
done
right.
seeing that producer. So there's a producer job open at CNN.
There you go.
If anyone's interested.
Producer extraordinaire.
Yeah, for sure. Oh,
Travel the world.
oh,
You got to go?
yeah, I gotta go.
Oh.
All right, let's get out of here.
Works for
I'm
me.
not trying to be.
No. I was looking at the clock myself.
Speaking of shit, gotta
Don't
go.
worry. Yeah, we'll wrap it there. Thank you. I'm glad you were here, E. Thank you, T. Tomorrow's going to be a little tricky. I'll be honest. I have that tooth going in,
Oh,
but it's not till like 4:30 in the afternoon.
not 2:30.
So it's not 2:30. It's 4:30. So I don't know what condition I'm going to be in, what shape I'm in.
Even better.
we're gonna call that a
let's
no.
let's roll the
Roll the dice on-
morphine.
Yeah.
Get them all gassed up and roll you down here.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore. They just shoot my face paralyzed.
Yeah, you don't get all fucking hoppy.
No, I
anymore.
know. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no. So,
Timmy goes to the dentist or whatever the fuck that was.
oh yeah, it's
It's a
great.
good one.
So we'll maybe do a show tomorrow. I'll prep for a show tomorrow, but
Highly doubted.
yeah, I don't know what condition I'll be in. So anyway, have a great rest of the day, everybody. Thanks for hanging with us. We'll do it again soon.